What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ricky Revamp, and we're here at Jackson Elite Barber Expo in Jacksonville, Florida. And like I said, it's your boy Ricky Revamp, and today I have an amazing guest with me.
Clipperhands.
You already know, man. If you don't know, man, you're gonna know. I mean, I'm pretty sure this guy's all over YouTube. You're definitely gonna know who this guy is. And I have my host with me.
Razor Barber. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on YouTube.
And it's your boy Tolino Cuts.
All right. Well, listen, man. So we kind of jumped in and we talked a little bit about the Clipper. How has your journey been? I mean, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been following you from day one on YouTube, but I just recently did start following your story and what you have going on, from the trip to Turkey,
Or the hair transplant.
Right, with the hair transplant story, opening up your own barbershop, going from the studio. Like, I got to see a lot of those videos. First, I want to say thank you for sharing that type of content and putting yourself in front of the camera and doing that. I've been fighting to do that my entire career. I'm not sure why. It just seems like in this setting, I'm super comfortable. In that setting, I'm like, the camera's on and I never know what to even say.
By yourself,
it just feels like I'm talking to no one. So it just feels weird to me, you know, like nobody,
No one to bounce the idea off of.
Yeah, and I'm like answering myself.
It's just like a black abyss.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hello. Now I'm playing. So, for those that don't know, how has that journey been for you as far as, I want to focus on going, one big question, I think, for me, how was that transition going from barbershop to studio to barbershop?
Yeah.
Because I believe that's kind of how it went for you, correct?
Right.
So how was that? Because I think right now, a lot of people want to be in the studio setting, don't understand, they're kind of being told, or how barbers are portraying it, is that once I get my own studio, I'm my own boss. And in theory, sounds great, but reality, you're just managing yourself.
Yeah.
That's all you're really doing.
Job, right.
Right? Because without you, does that studio still produce income?
Yeah.
Right? It's not so much of a business.
Right.
From a business perspective, right? I'm not trying to downplay anybody. I'm just saying from a business perspective. How was that transition going from barbershop studio to barbershop? And what made that happen?
Yeah.
What was the key for that? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what was the
so-
reasoning? How did that work out for you?
So the barbershop I was in was honestly the perfect barbershop for me. The owner and I had a great relationship. He taught me a lot.
That's awesome.
But the reason I went to a suite was because I was at that shop for so I started at his oldest shop.
Yeah.
And then 5 months into there, he opened up his second. And then I was there for 3 years.
Wow.
And the reason I went to the studio was it was post-COVID, right? Everybody just felt more comfortable when not a lot of people.
Okay.
But also
That's a big factor.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Time period plays
So
a big.
that kind of makes sense. The time
yeah.
period. Yeah.
And then the reason I also did it was like for content.
Yeah.
So I was not always how I was today. I was very quiet, very reserved.
Right.
But I always wanted to talk to the camera.
Yeah.
And
Wow,
I felt
I'm
like
so glad we talked about that. That's
I
crazy.
felt like I needed to go to the studio to like find myself for that.
Right.
But while I was at the studio, bro, it was a blessing. That's when all my emotions started to happen.
Yeah.
That's when I started to get my following and all this type of stuff.
Right. You narrowed down on the content part of things.
What was that?
You narrowed down on the content part of things.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The studio. That was the main reason. Was for content. Because I love making it. I just wanted my own space to do it in.
Right. To create it.
Yeah. And then from there,
That's dope.
you know, I was making the amount of money I wanted. I was booked up how I wanted.
Dope.
And now I was like, there was like no more to do other than keep raising prices.
Right.
But then that's when I joined the six-figure barber mentorship, and I really saw what opening a barbershop could do for other people.
Right.
Yeah. The opportunity.
And income stream that adds to what you
Right.
have going
Right.
on.
Right. Which is kind of what we talked about, like the fact that now you go from your own individual space making X amount to where now you have a bigger space that's going to produce some substantial.
Yeah, because I feel like you just
residual
being the
income.
only one, it gives you that cap.
Right.
So you're just
Yeah.
like, okay,
Right.
I can work the entire week. I can pull in 12 hours a day.
Right.
But that's the cap. You know, if I
Yeah.
had 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 different people doing the same,
Yeah.
it changes up that
The
dynamic.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I really wanted to help people, right? I help people online, and
That's dope.
I don't really get to see it.
Yeah.
But now that I have 10 barbers that I work with, you know, I'm able to help them in real life. So it adds income stream, but it also fulfills that desire to help other people.
Yeah.
So,
It creates a different a different avenue, we could say, right?
right.
That's dope, man. I really think a lot of people don't do it for that reason, but I think it's dope that you did and that it's working for you.
Yeah.
How would you say your daily routine changed up being a barber that was well, just the barber behind the chair,
Right,
moving
right.
into that studio, and then finally kind of getting your own thing going. I'm
that's
sure
a
your
great
day to day
question.
is like an entire different thing than what it used to be.
Honestly, no. I mean, it hasn't really changed much.
Really?
So when I first started there, my schedule was the same. I work 8 to 5, Tuesday through Saturday.
Yeah.
I was booked, but now I just have to help other barbers in between.
Okay.
I say what it has done is I start later in the day now.
Yeah.
And I take Tuesdays off. That's my content day.
Okay.
But realistically, I think what helped the transition was a big struggle that barbers have when they open a shop.
Yeah.
Is hiring good people.
Yeah.
But the benefit of me creating content for so long
Yeah.
is I kind of had free training.
Yeah.
Right. These people that came to my shop also watched me for the past 6
They
years.
followed you already.
So they knew the values I stand on.
Wow,
they
that's
the culture
dope.
I wanted to have. So when they came on,
They wanted to be a part of that.
yeah, they already knew what it was.
I love that.
So you think so you're saying that creating content on YouTube help you create that community virtually, and then you transform that into basically reality.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, content has been the foundation of everything that I've done in my barber career.
How did you go about content early on? When did you what would you say you did that progressed you, and then when did you notice like, all right, I got something going,
Right.
Yeah.
This is clicking.
I'm doing it right.
Right.
Yeah, so I started my channel at the end of barber school.
Okay.
And I just started by documenting my last 3 months, and I just started doing tutorials. But the first 2 years total, I probably posted 6 videos, right?
Yeah.
And then I made a decision like, okay, I didn't try and it did okay. So what if I committed to doing every week? And I did every week. And I think when you compound content, it just stacks evidence.
Yeah.
And I was able to grow it to over, 460,000 subscribers. So
I love that.
Wow.
yeah.
That's crazy
So,
dope.
so for all the starting barbers, that are coming up, that are watching this and are gonna watch this, what advice can you give them to push out that content? Do you think content is important as a barber?
I think content is important as a business owner. I say barbers because that's the people that follow me, but I think if you do any form of business, whether it be online, a tangible product or service, if you don't post content online, you put yourself in a disadvantage, right?
Right.
You can be successful without it. Yeah, people do it all the time.
For sure.
But if you want to put yourself in the best position to be successful,
Right.
if you're not making content, I don't think it's a smart idea. And it just
Right.
creates more opportunity for income and, other things.
What is your content day looking like when because you mentioned you have a day like specified for that.
Yeah.
What is your morning for that day? Is it an all-day process? And are you stockpiling your videos before, or are you just shooting them and releasing
So I
them?
make content every day. There's not a day that goes by where I don't make at least one video.
Okay.
But what my content
Wow, that's
day
dope.
did is it allowed on that day I don't have 1,000 other things fighting for my attention.
Yeah.
So I say content day, but that's my work on the barbershop website day. That's my work on my academy website day.
Content is content, whether it be for marketing, whether it be for,
Right.
But
for
that's
your
when
own
I
personal.
that's when I knock out my big YouTube video.
Yeah.
And then every day of the week I'm making shorts. I'm making something.
And what advice would you give for some people that push out a video and it's only reaching 100, 200 views?
Right.
We're not even talking subscribers.
Yeah.
What do you say for those guys?
That's 200 people.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine 200 people just standing in front of you watching you right now.
Right now. Yeah, that's
Be
dope.
intimidated.
It'd be a way bigger.
You'd be intimidated.
deal, right?
Yeah.
But obviously, in the grand scheme of what's available, 200, it doesn't feel like a lot,
Yeah.
right? But
You don't feel like it really makes a dent.
the only way you get that number higher is by posting a lot. So if you get discouraged and then you stop, then whatever.
So consistency.
You have to keep going. You have
Love
to.
it.
So
And numbers doesn't mean money.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Like there's people that get less numbers than me that make more than me.
So Dre, let me ask you this question. What inspired you to become a barber?
I mean, it was a desire to be Christian. Like my mom would only be able to take me to a barbershop
That's funny.
once a month.
I can relate.
But in 8th grade, I started caring about how I look, and I wanted a haircut every week. So I
Right.
grabbed some clippers out of my mom's closet because she worked at Sally's. And I started
that's
cutting my
fire.
own hair.
Nice.
They got
Wow.
the hookup.
Yeah, yeah, and then it grew from there, man.
Did you have a set of friends that had the same hobby, or?
No.
No?
Well, there was someone I knew who coincidentally started cutting hair around the same time. We kind of came up together.
Right.
Love that.
But it wasn't planned though. No.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
No, because when I first started, we had my brothers were barbers when I was growing up.
I touched my first clippers at 11 years old, and I remember distinctly there being like you said, there's like a one other person that happens to pick them up around the same time,
Yeah.
but there was that friendly competition, like
Yeah.
who can do a lineup, who can do a design, because fades were out of the question at that moment. That wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, that would have been trouble.
Yeah, definitely. It was trouble regardless, man. You get started doing something you don't know how to fully do, you're in for some stories.
100%. Well, listen, I got a question for you. What was the turning point, or not turning point? What was the mentality when you said, "All right, I'm gonna go from the shop to making content"? You kind of touched a little bit on it, but what was the mental state that you said, "All right, this is the decision I'm gonna do"? And the reason why, because you said earlier you were kind of shy, a little bit timid as far as being in front of the camera. We kind of joked and talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
Like, this is more of a comfortable setting for me because I get actual lifetime feedback, like in real life.
Right.
So just because I want to improve that, right? So what is it that makes you feel comfortable enough to do the Q&A, to say, hey, look, because your videos are, first of all, super clean. Like, your quality is
Fire.
to me one of the top notch all the way around, for real. And I'm not even trying to like, oh my God, like just being for real.
Thank you.
It just looks really clean. So I wonder, is it the camera? Is it the lens? We'll get into that in a minute. But what was the actual moment, the state of mind where you're like, all right, it's time for me to do this and commit to this?
Yeah, so I mean, I took YouTube seriously before the studio, right?
Okay.
Like when I left the barbershop and went to the studio, I already had a lot of motion on YouTube.
Okay, so then before that then, like rewind. What was the moment where you're like, all right, it's time for me to do this YouTube series? That moment, like what happened? Was it the numbers? Was it the, when you were like, all right, I've been messing with it here and there and it's kind of getting, but like I could see what's happening here. What was the mental state like?
in a way, right? But a lot of people think it's wrong to like have the desire to build a following, right?
Yeah.
But ever since I was little, I desired to have a following online. Wow. For it's just a vain thing to have, right? But that's
of course.
But at the same time, this is how I learned. So why not do the same thing for other people?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
But the reason I really started to like go all in on it is I enjoy the game of it, bro. Like the idea that I post a video and it doesn't do well, it's like, all right, let's go. The next one's gonna be even better.
Okay.
Right. But then when you start seeing W's, those are just reaffirming that I'm doing exactly what I need to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And honestly, bro, it's fun. Like creating videos every day, at times it's funner to me than cutting hair.
Wow.
Yeah.
And where was the pivot that you were said, damn, okay, I've been making these videos, it's not working. What made it click? Like, where did you see the click at? Like, was it because you upgraded your camera? Was it, hey, let me put myself more in the shot?
Yeah.
Or was it, oh no, people like my haircuts the way they come out? Like, what was that type of moment?
I think it was a mixture. Honestly, I think my skill just got better in editing.
Okay.
So I think my videos got better. But also, you have to understand that YouTube it's not just the video.
Yeah.
Right.
You have a title, you have a thumbnail, and you have how you post it.
Dude, there's so much.
It's
My
a
God,
package,
YouTube
right?
is,
It's a package. So you have to have the mentality when you post a YouTube video that you're posting an entire package, right? So you have to make sure the thumbnail, the title, and the video are good. And honestly, it's an art.
Yeah.
And I just watched videos on I watched YouTube on how to get better on YouTube.
I love that.
And that's how I got
YouTube University teaches you how to be a better YouTuber.
Yeah.
okay. That's dope. That's super dope. What has been your biggest challenge since you got on YouTube? Right? Like now, not later on or, in the past, like now, like what has been your biggest hurdle being there now? Like, is it that, man, people just, everybody's pulling you in a million different directions.
Yeah.
Everybody all of a sudden, yo, bro, come, here's this product or here's this or, whatever.
Yeah, no, the
Has that
biggest
been-
hurdle, is like trying to figure out how to not become stale. Because people will get sick of the same thing over and over.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe coming up with new ideas is a struggle.
That's dope.
But realistically, I don't know. Like if I post something and say it doesn't do well, I'm never a person to blame the algorithm.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, okay, that video, I just didn't do a good job. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, my biggest struggle now is just figuring out different ways to switch it up.
Stay innovative.
Yeah, so that's why I dropped my podcast. That's also
Oh, let's go. What's the link?
It's called the Cut Different podcast.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
but
Go.
that's also why like I show more of my face in my haircut videos.
Okay.
I don't want to just be known for cutting hair. I kind of want to have a separation there. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
right.
Figuring out how to do that.
But
Yeah.
and that was the driving vehicle for that channel was to, hey, I'm gonna just do haircut videos, and that's what's gonna get me going. That's what got you going. The
Yeah,
haircut
it's
videos.
just what worked. To
Right.
be honest, like I posted haircut videos, it worked, and I just kept doing it.
right.
And it's brought on a lot. And another struggle that I have had is figuring out different ways to monetize the platform that I have. Right.
Okay.
Like, I love making videos. I love
Yeah.
building a following, but also I want to be able to leverage what I've been able to build.
Yeah.
So finding different ways to get income from what I've done. That's not scamming.
Do you feel like this might sound crazy, but I'm just saying this is just my thought. Do you feel like people gatekeep that?
What?
The how to monetize off of YouTube or online?
No, I don't think people get.
And when I say that, I mean like, because one thing you just mentioned right now is the fact that people without scamming, right? Because I could tell you the credit card hacks and whatever, or I could do this and you're gonna turn into a millionaire, whatever. Like, not those things, just being authentic.
Yeah. So if you have a YouTube channel, right, and you want to any social media, it's not YouTube only.
Right.
But if you have motion online and you want to drop something that'll be able to produce more income for you, you have to have a product, whether
Yeah.
it's a physical thing, like an online thing, like an online training program,
Right.
or a course or whatever it
It's
is.
either a course or a product. That's what it
Yeah.
goes down to.
Yeah,
Okay.
those are how you create something that your audience can buy.
Okay.
Now, when I say people become scammy, is they drop online training programs or ebooks or these things that they promise,
Yeah.
but like realistically, it's not. True.
Yeah, it's not
You know?
impossible.
But I when I drop something, I don't want it to be like that, right? So I could have done that.
Yeah, you drop
But
things with conviction, bro.
The biggest thing is just finding a way to monetize it in that way without doing those things.
Right.
So
Right. That's a big challenge. I can picture that already. Like,
yeah.
because you gotta.
Because the truth is, I don't keep anything. I'd say it all on YouTube.
Right.
Especially now with the podcast, I'm gonna say everything.
But I think that's what makes people trust in what when you say that this is a good product, or I believe in this, or I think this program is great. I think your community is going to support that even more.
Yeah.
Because you've been so authentic already upfront for free.
Yeah.
Right. That's fair to say. I think
Yeah, I think so.
for sure.
Like you said, it helped him fill that barbershop Bubsy. He had those followers.
Yeah.
People know how genuine you are. They know the information they're getting, and they more or less kind of see your drive. Like he said, them wanting to be there and stuff like that is
For sure.
Yeah.
That's big.
amazing. You're one of the first people I've heard that almost had barbers like ready for it. Like, yeah, come get me. Like,
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I'm not gonna say I got lucky, but I got blessed.
God bless.
Amen.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
got blessed.
Yeah.
bro.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
But it came from the work you put forth prior.
Yeah.
You know, you were prepped for the opportunity. So
For
Yeah.
sure.
preparation meets opportunity.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Sure,
That's
yeah.
that crossroad. All right, so listen, I got one more question. What has been your biggest challenge since opening up the barbershop, having the barbershop already?
Yeah.
I'm just going to share one with me. These guys work in my shop. Sometimes it's the time. I feel like sometimes for me personally, it's the fact that just because I'm not at the shop doesn't mean that I'm not working things behind the scenes within the shop, right? And I'm also trying to balance a family and everything else. So those are some of my challenges. What has been your challenge since opening up your shop as far as now time management or anything that you want to share that could help the next person listening to this pod?
Yeah, I mean, to be completely honest, when it comes to running the shop, I don't know if I've had too many struggles yet.
Okay.
And I say that with a grain of salt because I understand anything could happen.
Right.
But I guess for me, because I want to see every barber in my shop succeed, is like I want all of them to take my advice and apply it to what they got going on. But like some of them don't. And like learning to be okay that not everybody's goal is the same.
How do you deal with that? I struggle with that big
Yeah.
time. There's been plenty of times that I've gotten not into arguments, but like I guess just like rough discussions because I'm like, dude, I care more for you and what
Yeah.
you have going on than you do for you,
Bro.
bro.
Yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess here's the truth. If
You know
you're
what I mean?
if you're
Like-
at the shop, the hours that say it's open.
Right.
If you are doing the standard things that I
Right.
ask you to, being
Minimum.
here on time,
Which are the
you know,
minimum
if you
things?
take walk-ins if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure the shop is clean. If you do that, that's okay.
Right.
But if you want more, I would love it. But if you don't, then hey, like
That's cool too.
yeah, it is what it is. So learning to be okay with that.
Right. You got to accept that for what they
Yeah.
got going
You
on.
kind of
That's
meet
it.
them where they're at.
Yeah.
You know, if they're willing
Yeah.
for that next step, then he's there for it. And I guess if they just want to be employees and work, then he
Yeah.
supports that too.
Right.
Yeah, but honestly, with the disclaimer though, everybody in my shop
Yeah.
has honestly like they all make content for the most part.
Yeah.
They all take my advice to some.
Yeah.
So I love my guys. Like I said, I got great.
Well, you got
God
a good
bless.
community. You got a community that was already your community.
Yeah.
So they kind of already know your standard and your flow of things, right?
Yeah.
From what you've done online. So now they're able to just apply that in real life.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
They
It's-
kind of know your vision
Yeah,
too.
it's-
Where
yeah.
maybe a new barber coming in might not know where he wants to take it just yet. And they come in with their own preset. You know, like,
Right.
okay, I've been at a shop before, or I just got out of school, or
Right,
whatever
right.
the situation may be. I think makes them, it's different than if I want to go work at your barbershop, I kind of know what you're about. I'm kind of influenced by an influencer, and
Right.
I want to do some of those things, take some of those steps to at least be a part of the successes and or gain my own.
Yeah.
So I think that plays a big aspect in how it's rolled out for you versus, I guess, your average shop in general, where a
Right.
guy might not have a following. He might just be an entrepreneur. He might not even know too much about barbershops, and he's hiring new people in,
Yeah.
maybe with not a lot of knowledge. And then sometimes people with him, like great knowledge, would love to pass it on, but the person coming in is, I don't know, they might have a situation where
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
only here for 3 days and I want to do this, or
Right.
another guy, I'm here, I want to be here every day, even on your off days, I'm here.
I'm
And,
here.
You know,
Yeah.
so I think that plays a big dynamic. Them knowing where your vision is when they came in, and where you're willing to take it and where they're willing to go.
100.
Yeah. And if they're willing to go.
If they're willing to go
Right.
the
I
big
think
one.
I think that's always been a big challenge for me to just kind of be okay with meeting people where they're at, because I expect so much from myself that I want other people to expect more for themselves too, because I could see their own potential.
Right.
Right. I think barbers like really cannot see their own potential sometimes. They get in their own way.
Yeah.
More
I think
than
they're too close to their own project. It's almost like when you're doing a haircut, and the guy walking past is like, hey,
Yeah, fade that out, bro. That is crazy.
I see something here.
Right.
And then you took a step and, oh, let me
Right,
fix
right.
that. I think a lot of the times people are in their own, they're in their own project. They're so close they can't
Right.
stand back
They
and
can't
like,
stand
oh, I
back
see
and
what
look
you're
at it.
talking about now.
That's a great analogy.
That
bro.
is good.
That is dope. Well, listen, man. Ray, you got a question?
Yeah, last question.
Let's run it up.
Is it the last one?
All right, this one might get a little deep.
Let's do it.
What? Let me think. What is what legacy do you want to leave in the barber community? What impact are you trying to leave for the barbers coming up, the barbers now? What are you trying to impact them with, and what are you trying to say that once you're done cutting hair and you retire, that this was Dre?
Yeah.
What do you want them to think when they think of you?
Wow, that's a tough one. I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna lie.
That's a good question.
You got me thinking.
That's like a super loaded question. I'm like,
Right, right.
You know what though? I guess I never really think about what I want to be remembered for in the barber industry, because
Right.
for me it's always been so much more than cutting hair. I care about like people and individuals more than I care about barbering. That's just my world, right? But I guess what I want to do for barbers is show them that barbering can really give them the ideal lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right? I think a lot of barbers, they think they have to start cutting hair, and once they get some momentum, oh, I want to go into real estate, I want to go into stocks, I want to do all these things.
Right.
But like behind the chair, they really never max out their full potential,
Yeah.
right? And like for me,
That's real, bro.
everything that I got going on is still from cutting hair.
Yeah.
My YouTube comes from me being behind the chair. My actual behind the chair business, my online academy thrives because of me being behind the chair.
Right.
Like everything all started with cutting hair, and all my income streams all come from barbering. I haven't went to anything else.
You're not trying to avenue different places.
and I make good money and live a great
Right,
life.
beautiful.
Right.
So just showing them that is possible. But on grand scope of things, my goal is to just show people, I mean, first and foremost, the love of Christ always,
Amen. I love it. You know, every guest that's been on today has been a
Every
follower of
single
Christ,
person,
and I
bro.
am loving it. Thank you.
You know what's crazy? We have not planned that.
No.
We have yet to even talk about that.
But
We
it
don't
keeps
even
coming
bring it
up, and I'm feeling it.
Every person that's been on has had to say something about Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Impact do I want to leave?
Yeah.
I want to give people practical advice so they can make the money they want to make, live the life they want to live, all while simultaneously
Living the life you want to live.
Yeah, exemplifying, the love of Christ in it. Really,
Amen.
you know what I'm saying?
That's big, bro.
I love that because a lot of barbers that start, they get anxious, because they don't see the results now.
Right away, yeah.
Right. So like that's when a lot of barbers, I need to do a side hustle or go into real estate or try to do something different. But I love what you said, that everything that you have accomplished and what you have and what God has gave you, and you did it through barbering.
Yeah.
So like that's very, I hope that all the barbers that watch this, that they rewind that part, like re-listen to what he said, because that was very impactful, not only to me, but it should be impactful to you. So I thank you for sharing
I
that.
hope when they hear it, they're in a situation that really helps them.
Right.
I think a lot of, like you said, a lot of barbers will see the dog over there. I'm gonna start selling puppies. They're gonna see the dog. They're gonna start flipping cars,
For real, bro.
and that's all fine and dandy. But just
We do it all.
remember what you do.
Right.
Yeah, I guess another thing I would want barbers to understand after watching me for so many years is that I'm confident if I stop cutting hair today, I could build any business because I know how to make content that people like.
I love that.
So I think if you really dial in on content and really make that a priority in your business, just like you would anything else, bro, it will change your life. And then you could, when it's time to pivot to those other things and you want to open up a separate business, you know how to make content to market that, bro. Like,
I love
content is everything for me, bro.
Wow.
Listen,
That's
man,
amazing.
I don't know if a lot of people have told you, but I definitely want to share this with you. I know this is the first time we actually meet and have a conversation. I just wanted to say thank you for the content you do create. I don't know if anybody's told you that before, but I really do appreciate it because it's allowed me to feel more comfortable, allowed me to see an example of it being possible.
What inspires you to make this podcast?
Ooh.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. This was a way for me to express myself. To be honest, like as a shop owner, I've owned a shop for more than 10 years. I got 3 locations. And I've been blessed to do it, to be honest. Like sometimes I tell the people how I started and they're like, nah, there's no way. Like it just literally, like, a lot of it has not been by my own doing. A lot of it has been God just manifesting in my life through opportunities. And Nipsey Hussle says this all the time, or this was like his thing, was when preparation meets opportunity. And when I heard that saying, I'm sure people have said it before, but I genuinely locked in it when I heard Nipsey say it. And so that's kind of what really made me realize, man, as long as you stay prepared when opportunity comes, you'll always be ready. So if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready.
Yeah.
And so those were things that kind of like inspired me to really get this going and also share stories like this for the person. When I make this type of content and we have these type of conversations, I think of the young guy like me at one point sitting on the other side of the screen watching this, thinking, man, am I a good barber? Am I good enough to do this? Is it worth me just cutting hair? Should I sell dope on the side like I've seen other people do before? Do I sell cars? Do I sell dogs? Do I, like trying to make it all work? And I think when you come from the type of background that I've came from, right? Like not maybe the best education, not the best environment. Barbers, we all kind of have that similar situation and we're trying to make this work, right?
Absolutely.
We want to be legit. We want to be for real with this. We want this to be seen as a career, a job. Like, hey, because of barbering, I bought a house. I helped my parents buy a house. I've been able to buy cars. I've been able to really learn credit, leverage credit, open up a business. Like barbering has truly taught me all of that for real. And so not only did I want to do it, but I felt indebted to the industry, to barbering, to create a platform where people can share their experiences. And bro, to be honest, I've had people get on this podcast cry. Tell us about like their worst moments, not because we're digging to, oh, tell me this, tell me that. No, it's just God has manifested in a way where he's made this something that I didn't know. A safe haven. I didn't know this was going to turn into this. This was just me and the guys getting together at the barbershop. And I was like, hey, we're going to do a podcast. All right, cool. Let's do it. Okay, cool. We got together, invited some people. We talked for a little bit. We had some food. and then it spiraled into this. And now we're here. We're going to shows. We did Jackson. We're doing Jacksonville. We did CT Barber Expo. We did Orlando Premiere. We're trying to keep this going. This is self-funded, so this is just us on the strength doing this.
Yeah.
It's not like we don't owe anything to anybody. So I've had people come on here and be like, oh, well, I don't. Bro, you can say whatever you want because it's my podcast. So until somebody writes a check and tells us guidelines, we're good. We can say whatever we want. But it's been really impressive to see how people want to share their story.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to create a platform where people can share their story and feel comfortable to do it.
That's awesome.
And also like have moments like this where I can sit down with someone that I think is an expert in the industry, an expert in what they do, and I can kind of ask those questions without, you know, like without feeling weird about it or without feeling like, man, I'm just bugging this guy. No, I'm able to, not only am I able to get what I want out of this conversation, but I'm able to share with the world and be like, yo, this is how he did it. This is how I'm going to do it. You should do it too. So I know that's a long answer, but that's kind of how all of this started.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I love that
So
a lot.
I hope it inspires anybody that's listening, man. That's the idea.
I love that
Cool.
a lot.
Love that.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Well, listen, man, I appreciate you being out here, man. Thank you so much. I know you got a lot going on, too. You got to go do your thing. So just again, thank you for being out here. Thank you for sharing the time and sharing the knowledge. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. You already know.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, let's close out. You already know it's your boy, Ricky Revamp, here on Tab TV3, Jacksonville Barber Elite Expo. Let's go. Let's grow. Thank you for watching.